Hello and welcome, Pocket Watch here, and it's about time for yet another episode of Little Busters. So we are going to continue the story of Kanata. Last episode was emotional, very emotional, and opened some wounds from the Haruka road. We got to remember all the stuff that they went through, and we got to see it from the first perspective actually this time. Not just from the memories, from the talk, we actually got to see some stuff. So yeah, I think we'll just go to the episode and we'll see how will it end. Will this be the last episode or not? Because it sounds like we are getting closer and closer to the end. We might be close to the resolution of this. So how will it end? I think this road will not end with Riki and Kanata being together. I think this is going to be about making them, you know, get together like Kanata and Haruka again, just like it was with Haruka Road. I think it might be the case. So anyway, leave up a like if you like the episode, dislike if you dislike it, you can subscribe if you're not subscribed, and let's go. Let's see. I wake up in my bed. Something wet is trickling down the sheet. Yeah, she's been crying. I start thinking foggily. I turn my head. The bedside. My hair ties shine dully from the light streaming through a gap between the curtains. What meaning would that have? There's no meaning to it. Therefore, this is fine. Keeping things as they are now, I'm fine with it. Wow. You know what she is like? It seems like she's like Haruka from the past. She said before, like, I'm fine with it and stuff, you know? I think like she wants to be more like Haruka and try to self-sacrifice for her. I think that's the case. I woke up before my alarm clock rang. It was time for a daily routine at the dorm's head room. I received a list of tasks. Yes? Yeah? What about that? Why? Why is that? Why? That's weird. Huh. Wow. Why did she do that? She raised her arms in resignation. Why would she do that? Yeah. I will try to talk to Fotaki-san. Yeah, it's nothing. Besides, I have my own reasons. Oh yeah, we all know that. Oh yeah. Yes. I nodded and left the dorm's headroom. Let's take a look into committee room after school. Why we have this ominous music? What's wrong? I peeked into the committee room. Oh?
だいぶお疲れのようですし、休まれても問題ないわ。しかし、あちこちから反発の声が上がっています。せっかく利用方法を緩めたのに、なぜ活動時間の締め付けを？運動部会から不満が上がってます。
They were also making trouble over the newcomers tournament and school festival preparations.
問題があったから元に戻しただけよ。何か文句でも。予約がダブって騒いだ生徒がいたの知ってるでしょ？一握りの部が予約を抑えまくってしまったんですよ。
そんなの不公平すぎるから抗議するのは当たり前です。
じゃあその予約を全部なしにして そんな行き当たりばったりな。
Ah. I have a feeling like she wants to look bad. Like, it's intentional. Even from the outside perspective, Futaki-san words has no logic to them. Anybody would think that she's so stressed out from every little thing that she's just taking it on the other committee members. The committee members were naturally trying to stop that. Futaki-san, however, seems to putting up the brave front and wasn't yielding. The atmosphere was starting to turn chilly.
では決を取りましょう。
And impatient members spoke
利用
up.
申請方法を変える必要はないと思われますが、どうでしょうか。
Everyone raised their hands. Futaki-san looked over the room and lowered her eyes. There was no opposition. All the proceedings were ahead without Futaki-san as well. Well, she lost power. Finally, the committee meeting came to an end. Futaki-san? The classroom had emptied. Futaki-san was sitting on desk, gazing vacantly outside.
なんだ、直江か。
What a greeting.
あなたと話す気分じゃないの。
I saw what happened here earlier.
あなたには関係ないわ。
Why did you suddenly decide to tighten the rules? It's no surprise the class would be outraged. Until this sudden change of heart, she had been trying to build a consensus between the clubs. The very person they were counting on to help them tighten the rules instead.
厳しくはなってないわよ。否決されちゃったし。
Futaki-san smiled.
いいところなしね。無残。
Wow. Ah, this situation is so complicated, I swear. Futaki-san hung her head. You handled the committee work very well, but I don't think that's your only good point.
私は今のままでいなくちゃいけない。変わりたくない。変わる必要もない。
Wow. Well, like Haruka and Futaki are so brainwashed from like being a kids. This is so wrong. I think like in whole Little Busters, Futaki and Haruka might be the most complicated characters, or at least not characters, but like their relationship and like their story is complex and it's like it have like more deep into it than others. Just because how it's like it's like close relationship and like internal family struggle, you know? Futaki-san was obstinate. I heard you were late for class.
誰から聞いたの？
It was Haruka-san.
そう。あの子のことだから面白おかしく笑っていたんでしょ。
That's wrong. She was worried about you, Futaki-san. She was worried since you were late, and you are never late, no matter how late the night you study. You also weren't ready for class either. You have a talent for operating on very little sleep.
褒め殺しでもしたいのならよそでやってよ。
I really think so.
私は常に努力しないと波以下だから。全然褒められることじゃない。やらないとダメになるからやってるだけよ。
Wow,
守
yeah.
らなければ怒られないのと同じ。やっていれば維持できるから。やっているだけよ。
Futaki-san murmur felt somewhat lonely. For how long she's been doing this, and for how long it has been too much for her to bear.
一人にしてくれないかしら。
Right, I understand. I left the classroom. Futaki-san was still sitting at the desk. Did I manage to do anything? I don't think there's anything I could do to change her mind right now. And now, wow, we are switching to her so many times. Wow, she has still backstory! Whoa, I thought we are done with backstories in the previous episode. Okay. But yeah, I guess we didn't show the burn yet, so... Yep. Hot summer day. I cooled my burning legs with some water. Even track club members don't have to run as much as I did today. Wearing a long sleeve jersey made it even more suffocating. I put my head under the faucet. If someone saw, I'd probably get scolded for improper behavior. While listening to the sound of water, I thought to myself, how did Haruka do? She had stumbled halfway though. I stopped the water and looked up. My little sister was there. She didn't exchange a word. The sun was still high. We knew it was better not to talk during the day. We didn't know if anybody would see us. Yet, when they said that, her arms and legs were full of scratches and mud, and she was staggering on her feet, I became worried. If it's this much, I shouldn't be scolded for showing concern for her. I turned the faucet. My eyes, watching the following water, were clouding over. She wasn't looking well. She was already like that before she ran. She was pale, as though she hadn't been eating. Why this... Wow, both of these roads are so painful. And it's not like... I'm so conflicted about these roads. I feel sad and I feel pissed about them. It's like mixed of all the feelings at once. From home economics to foot races, each and every time we were compared, my little sister stopped going to school. She said she had no confidence because of her repeated losses and didn't want to go. It became more and more absurd to compare me to my little sister because she wasn't going to school. Was that true? Could the adults be locking this girl inside? I started having doubts. Shinai? What's the Shinai? Is it like kendo sword or something? Did she got hit by that? Yeah, the Shinai is the kendo sword. Yeah, I was right. Wow, she got beaten with Shinais. That's so fucked up. I held my right arm without realizing. I'm gradually getting used to being beaten. Wow, imagine that. Being so abused that you just get used to it. You just get used to be beaten. How fucked up this must be. The anger, the animosity. Slowly I started to feel nothing. I averted my eyes from my little sister. The word bruise reminded me of pain in my memories. It wasn't hurting now, but my right arm was trembling. Oh, she's already burned. Interesting. I must change the gaze on my back when I get home. Gauss. Oh, so her back is also... Oh, so it's like recent stuff. I mean, from this backstory perspective. When I returned my gaze, my little sister was staring at me. I'm so done with these people, I swear. I'm so done with this. I hate it so much. Sure. What the fuck? Myrtle still giggled.
こんなハンデいらないわよ。ちゃんと食べてきちんと勝負に臨みなさい。そうできたらいいんだけどね。
Yeah. I cannot comment on this anymore.
まさか食べてない。
There's nothing to comment on. This is just fucking horrible.
さあ
She dodged my question. If she was made to run like that on an empty stomach,
でも途中までは勝っていたからね。まあハンデなかったら負けていたのはそっちだったね。
is she just bluffing? No, I don't think so. Water kept flowing from the faucet. She hung her head. She staggered and fell, her hands meeting the ground. Something fell out of her pocket. It was a red and blue marble, moist with water. I spoke curtly, trying to hold back the desire to help her out.
私あんまり器用じゃないから0か1しかできないから私のことを心配しないで目いっぱいやっていいよ。途中でスピード緩めたでしょ。
She saw through me. I adjusted my pace during the middle distance run. I had planned to make it look like I was tired out.
怒ってたよ。だらしないって手加減されてるってそんなんじゃ私が怒られるからさ。
Wow. Wow. With this, they make Haruka hating Kanata for not giving her all. Because whenever, oh my god, whenever Haruka loses or whenever Haruka gets pitted on, she gets scolded and beaten.
私のためだと思って心配なんかしないでよ。
Let me know in the comments. Do you think that Haruka and Kanata roads are like the most devastating roads for you? I think like their roads, both of them, are just, I'm so done with their situation. I think it beating Komari's situation, to be honest. I think it might be better than Komari road. Komari is like also first or second place, but I just cannot deal with Futaki and Saigusa. This is just so much like
手加減なんかしてないわよ。あなたを心配する必要なんか。そうならいいんだけどね。そんなのを期待してるようじゃ一生私に勝てないんじゃないの。そうだったね。いつまで経っても勝てないダメな子だからな私。本当にダメだな。
and she tried to laugh while crying. Haruka was laughing. So what were those droplets that fell down on the marble? The marble was shining, dripping with droplets of something other than water. Don't do this to me. She quieted down and turned her back to me. The farce continues. We must continue this quarreling sibling act. Still, if we keep up the act, wanted one day became a reality. I had that thought from time to time. Please, someone stop it. Please, someone help me. I have literal chills right now. We just started the episode. Oh my god. I don't want to say these detestable things. More than anything, I want to tell her to not cry anymore. No, that's not right. If only we could cry together. My suffering My little sister is suffering. It would be great if we just could share them. However, I couldn't do it. We are no longer even allowed to hold hands. Every time we met, we were compared like objects. No consolidation was allowed. We could only hold it in silently. Why must this continue? When this will end? Will that day really come? The adult's words kept cycling around in my head. You two would have not been born if not for this custom, you know? Who should we thank for being born? What the fuck? Why are we in this place? I kept thinking about that. Yo! I swear, like... Kanata and Haruka roads are just simply destroying me. It's like... shattering me in my, like, very inside, like in soul and everything. This is so fucking painful. I literally just like want to take a break and just like not read for a while. Oh my god. I feel so uncomfortable with this. The number of people around Futaki-san dropped rapidly. Everyone was looking at her from the distance. When Futaki-san turned towards them, they turned their faces away. I witnessed it many times. Every time Futaki clenched her fists and hung her head. She was only a paper tiger. I think Futaki-san is trying to take on too many things. The unused teacup shone desolately under the sunlight. Dormhead, can you talk some sense into Futaki-san? The Dormhead looked up from the paperwork and shook her head. Why is that? Why did you get her to help you? Schools, committee works, clubs, family matters, things with her sister. Futaki-san should have many things to take care of. Oh, I see, okay. Ah yes, you did say that. Mm-hmm. I can see why. The drumhead smiled. Wow. Kyosuke is here. Kyosuke, help us. Oh my god, Kyosuke, we need you. Do you have solution for this? Kyosuke. Zoro had stood up and headed towards the bookshelf at the back of the room. She was being considerate and giving us some privacy. Yeah, I've been talking to Haruka and the others, but it hasn't been going well. That's unlike you, Kyosuke. Yeah. Right, if it was you, he wouldn't say it so bluntly. But why? I couldn't take Kyosuke's words at face value. Kyosuke. It has nothing to do with you. Leave me alone. I wonder, yeah, this is just basically doing what he just did. And see if he will like listen to us, because we want to be left alone, so just leave me. Everyone has moments when they want to say that. However, but when they fear what they had just said, they ask themselves, what if I remain alone? What if nobody comes? If someone were to tell them, I won't leave you alone, I think that would make them happy. I was happy. Kyosuke listened to me without saying a word. That's why I can't leave Futaki-san by herself. I was stumbled. I realized how small my hands were. Somebody told me that a long time ago. It's arrogant to think that you can save another. If someone ever falls into a pit, I think I would try to pull them out. I wonder if that's really kindness, or if I'm just being pushy. I'm not sure, but for some reason I want to hold out my hand to her. Kyosuke nodded. By the way, Kyosuke, what business do you have with the dorm head? If you need something from the dorm committee, then I can help you. I took out the record sheet. The dormitory committee is meant to note down complaints and suggestions. Yeah, kinda. I wonder. Yeah, maybe. Still, what is it? Approved acquisition of the School Revolution design documents? What? What the fuck do you mean? You really like it, huh, Kyosuke? Well, if we have budget remaining. Kyosuke tapped my shoulder gleefully. He laughed in good spirits. That's Kyosuke for you. I smiled freely and left the documents on the table. Okay. Oh wow, we are so switching back so many times. Time to sad stuff again. Oh my god. I read book in the library about mouse trapped in the maze. There's a cheese outside the maze. And teased by the smell of food, the mouse tries to get out. There's an electric trap at the exit. After getting shocked many times, the mouse stopped trying to get out. That's fucked up. Is that like a real experiment or something? Is that did that like happen like actually? I guess that happened like in real life at some point. Like someone made this, probably. Even though it knew there was food on the other side, I think that's like our story.
ごめん、私は行けない。あなたたちだけで行ってきて。あともう部長じゃないから。勝手に道場使ってるだけ。
Yeah, this is the dojo stuff. Okay. I continued my practice swings.
そうですか。みんな部長のお祝いしたかったんですけど。
The girl continues to speak, ignoring me.
はい、3位入賞のお祝い計画してたんですよ。
Third place. Not the best one. She was probably scolded for that.
お祝いするようなことじゃないわ。個人戦は優勝できたわけじゃないし。団体戦でも負けちゃったじゃない、私。
Defeat was bitter, painful. Even though it was become autumn, the wound from that time still remains. I think it's fun swinging the shinai. I guess it isn't. No, I guess it isn't. It's just easy because I don't have to think when swinging it. I only have to think about beating my opponent. I'm failure as a swordsman. Wow, she had so many people supporting her around. And she basically just discredited it all. I stopped swinging and looked at the girl. Several others are standing behind her. Yeah. Ah, fucking Futakis. Oh my god.
そうですか。残念です。部長、お疲れ様です。お疲れ様。
The girls leave. The dojo falls quiet. Are they going to have fun shopping around? I can imagine what kind of shops they would visit and what they would do. I'm not allowed to eat or buy sweets outside. I suppose everyone would say I had a boring childhood if they knew how it was like. Wow. Wow. When I try to think of it this way, my heart starts to ache. Haruka, Haruka. What's my little sister doing? My arms and back hurt. When I think about her, I'm assaulted by pain. Yeah, the problem is if you run away, then Haruka will probably take all the blame for that and she will be severely punished. They are hostages for each other. Again, I cannot. However, if I run away, what would happen to Haruka? Even though I don't want to do kendo, one day it may become my weapon. When my uncles scolded me for losing, they flinched at my glare. I made it seem as though I could attack any time. Should I have a shinai in my hand? I swing my shinai. Quietly, I continue to exercise. When I swing the shinai, anytime other than at the dojo, I'm always thinking about Haruka. The more I try to concentrate and swing, the more that thought comes up. Finally, I put the shinai down. The annoying arms I don't want to look at. Still, as these arms that swing the shinai. Kengo. Wow, they had talk back in the day. I suddenly heard a voice. That's why she talked to him as... Oh, this is actually present. I thought this is the backstory. This is actually present. We have... Oh... This is actually present. Oh, I thought this is the backstory. I say without turning to face him. That's about all I ever say these days. Nothing to do with you. Leave me alone. It's all I've been saying. One after another, drops fall down on the asphalt. I turn around and swing the shinai at Miyazawa. Miyazawa easily blocks the strike with his hand. Bite down on my lips. The shinai falls to the ground. Wow. This is the reference to that. This thing is just imaginary world, right? There's nothing that doesn't change, even though there's only darkness ahead. This is what they told to Rin all the time, Riki all the time. That there's darkness. He's going into darkness. He's the same. One wishing for things to stay the same. Yet our positions are different. Miyazawa and I are different. I'm an outsider. All this effort is ridiculously futile. Miyazawa suddenly asks. My answer comes immediately. Miyazawa barks. A light laugh. He leaves. I watch silently. I just keep standing there. Miyazawa is hoping for the present to continue. Although he may already know that the wish couldn't be fulfilled. What I'm doing may be useless. My mind is getting hazy from lack of sleep. My body is a bit feverish, but I can't feel it all. I try to pick up the shinai, the symbol of kendo I hate. The shinai hasn't committed any sin. It's not good to vent your anger on things. My body sways. She loses consciousness. My vision is spinning. The sound of something crashing down. Yeah, that's not right. It wasn't something crashing. It was me falling down. There's a taste of a wet lawn in my mouth. Yeah. I don't like rain. I hate it. Oh. Kud is here! Oh my god. I said in the previous episode that Kud is like the conductor and like... Basically she's like the center. She's like the very important piece in this whole story. It might be actually Kud who can save Kanata, not Riki. It might be actually Kud. With my fading consciousness, I felt someone calling out my name. Oh, it's raining, huh? I idly watched the rain fall. Yep. Kud called me through the window. What's up, Kud? Panic state. Futaki-san is? Kud was panicking. Calm down, Kud. What happened to Futaki-san? Yep, she collapsed. And Kud is too weak to take her up. Basically, she's too small. Yep. Got it. Let's go, Kud. Where is she? I ran out after Kud. Futaki-san. In front of the dormitory. We found the unconscious Futaki-san there, and I hoisted her on my back. It was lucky we got her before the rain worsened. Go call the nurse, Kud. Again. She's waking up. The sound of rain. I don't like rain. Nothing good ever happens on rain days. Like the pool of blood on the asphalt I saw so many times. Why you saw a pool of blood on asphalt? What? On the self-realization of my horrible actions. Because it was raining. Therefore I heard the sound of rain. On that day, too, it was raining. Oh, we are going... Okay, backstory. That day. The decisive day, I guess. It is always raining. Terrible things always seems to happen in rains. Therefore I hate raining days. Oh. That girl kept losing and I kept winning. So they basically... This is the backstory when they actually deciding which one of them will be like the next head of the family. Which one is going to go to Futaki's. The days of comparing came to an end. I took the exam for a private school. It seems I was appointed as a freshman representative. It was a result no one could find fault with. Kanata, it is you. Congratulations. Aren't you proud? Asked the people around me. As if I can be. While bowing and saying that, I cursed inside my heart. Ah, this is the achievement. That is not worth it. It's so forced. Even though appearances are all you care about. Even though you don't care about my feelings. The days of comparing came quickly to an end. Long rest arrived. And it still didn't end it. Even now. The housekeeper that was standing watch until a while ago was no longer there. It seems to be the privilege of the successor. When I came to, I was standing in front of the Saigo's household. The rain was knocking on my umbrella. Yet I didn't have the courage to enter. Then I noticed the figure. I shouted out. The girl I hadn't seen for a long time. Oh my god. What? I guess her eyes are like, the one sprite that we have. My little sister, look at me. There was no emotion. As if she wasn't even alive. Her face was blank and hollow. I hadn't seen Haruka make that expression before. I got a bad premonition. Do you know why there are two of those hair ties? You'll never be more than the second place. That was Kanata's message. What? They fabricated a message for Haruka? You piece of shit. I hate you. It has been like that for a long time now. You know, it had been decided, right? That's right, Kanata threw one away. You piece of shit! Oh my god. I cannot deal with this road. I feel like anger and everything. Anger, sadness and everything at the same time. It was raining. The adult's words appeared in my mind. I couldn't see what kind of expression my sister had on her downcast face. My sister had probably already heard that. Those words. They must have been like my betrayal to her. That's wrong. I wasn't thinking about that. I didn't throw any away. How could I throw them away? Looks like you've been beautifully been wearing that thing, without even knowing how we were tricked and laughed at. I wouldn't do such weak things. Still there was one hair tie thrown away in the mud. A precious hair tie I put away in the drawer was thrown in the mud. You don't need two of them, do you, Kanata? Just, there is no need for two children. Having just one is fine, isn't it? Just one is fine. That's so not fine, oh my god. The adults at my sister heard those horrible words here. Kanata wouldn't do this girl insisted. Since she was too obstinate, we wanted to let her see the proof with her own eyes. Kanata, if this girl was right, you can tell her so. I shook my head. Not to say that she was right. The adults were full of lies. Don't believe them. You must not believe them. Yet I could not open my mouth. Yeah, they're so fucking broken at this point. Both of them are so broken, Kanata especially. Like, both of them are victims. I don't know who's like the bigger victim. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I must say something. Otherwise I would be affirming what the adult said. Still, I was at loss. If I tell my little sister the truth here, won't she meet an even harsher fate? And now, again, this thinking. This thinking, it's so destructive. This is exactly... Wow, we have exactly perspective of Kanata from Haruka Road. How she was harsh for her and stuff, but she was caring for her in this way. She tried to care for her sister that way, even though it's not the best solution. It was wrong solution, and it still is. After a long silence, my little sister raised her head. Her eyes looked straight at me. They were just like my eyes. My eyes when I looked at the adults. They were that kind of eyes. The eyes filled with scorn and hatred. I didn't throw it away. Never ever consider it. I couldn't say it. It was our promise. Let's pretend to be on bad terms until we become adults, until we can run away together. If they saw us getting along with each other, my sister would disappear. Therefore, I couldn't possibly say it. Even though my sister was trembling before me because of my betrayal, I couldn't say a word. Since that day, the competition became a lot harsher. There has been a big gap between the two of us now, one that couldn't be breached only by hard work. I felt hurt every time she lashed out at me. Even though I was acting as always, time went by and we had many more ugly, terrible fights. With each of them, my heart would become more and more desensitized. Snowflakes were fluttering down.
でも同じよ。
I took off my mask. My body was freezing. I was only barely dealing with her frontal attacks. They were brutal but straightforward.
疲れた。
Haruka, please stop. The more you continue, the more you will prolong our suffering. She threw away the shinai. Haruka fell to the ground. She got up and gave me a glare.
はるか、いらない子って言われること。
To realize you can't even become a replacement for someone else, even though she has been enduring it all this time. She was still betrayed.
ないよね、はるか。私だけは味方でいてあげたかったのに。
Because nobody would protect us. We only had each other to rely on. But now we are doing this. Her glance was filled with pure animosity. It was no longer an act. The lie had already become the truth. Yeah, that's what they were afraid of. What I'm doing?
今まで嘘をついてきたんだ。時々優しかったのも全部嘘だったんだ。
I hate the situation. No, that's wrong. That's wrong, Haruka. That's not right. Remember, Haruka, we made a promise. Our promise.
信じてたのに。
Yeah, that's what Haruka mentioned. Now I remember. That's what she mentioned in previous episode. That one day was so devastating for her that she forgot about the promise. That one day, and that was that day when the adults fabricated stuff for her. Wow.
誰も信じられなかったから彼方のことだけ信じてたのにひどすぎるよ。彼方も私のこと笑ってたんだ。役立たずとかいらないことか笑ってたんだ。そうなんだったら優しいとこなんか見せてくれなくてよかった。最初から嫌いにさせてほしかった。優しくして裏切って
Yeah, this was painful.
で笑ってるなんて。
Oh my fucking god.
ひどいひどいよ。
And imagine that it's the same pain for Kanata actually. They cannot speak, she cannot say to her anything. And she have to deal with like Haruka hating her like that, even if Kanata loves her. This is so fucked up. I just, oh my god. I cannot. The hair ties became a support to her. The only support she had. If that were destroyed, what would happen? This was the result.
回したんだ。だってしょうがないじゃない。私とあなたとでは違うのよ。あなたと私じゃ誰だって私を選ぶでしょ。誰だってね。それをそんなことを示すためだけに嘘ついて私を騙したの。そうよ。だって勝負は最初から分かっていたのに。
This is so fucked up.
はるかが諦めないんだもの。これぐらいしたら甘い考えも捨てるでしょ。
Those words made me sick. These words of the adults. What kind of face am I making now, I wonder? The sound of clenching teeth. My sister was hanging her head. Just which was the lie? I thought it was all an act, but maybe I really am feeling that way. Maybe I was using Haruka as an excuse while secretly enjoying all of it. I feel so bad at this road. Just what should I do? I can no longer be kind to her. She will reject me. I had a reason to do everything I've done. For the sake of that day when we can run away. We made a promise. They threatened to take her away if I didn't show contempt for her. But would she still believe me if I told her this? Her only support was crushed. She was probably using her hatred towards me as the means to vent her emotions. So fucking... oh my god. I am more angry than sad. I'm more angry. I'm so angry at the situation. My mind is just blank. Some people feed off the tragedy of their lives, and this is what helps them through. In order to protect yourself, you act as if you are the only one who is suffering and put blame on others. For that, an enemy is needed. A simple, easy understood enemy. I can only keep on that being true enemy. If I couldn't lay bare my heart, that was the only thing I could do. I couldn't think of any other way. It was raining. I ran without care of my muddied clothes. The random shed. I flung the door open with all my strength. I was struck speechless. This can't be, but why? The sight of my sister squatting in the mud came before my eyes. Wait, what? What happens? She ran away? Where is she running? I looked up. The roof was full of holes. Wait, what? What happened? Wait, what? The walls were filled with gaps. The place couldn't withstand such rain and wind. Wait, what? Wait, what? Is Haruka living in like some destroyed shed that have like no roof or like... Visible pain on my face? Should tell you everything. Several footsteps got closer. I asked without turning back. It's no big deal. It's like she's living here. She just happened to be here today, a pure coincidence. I stepped into the mud. It made an unpleasant sound. My sister was squatting down, staring mindlessly into the air. There were plastic plates scattered around. Just what was the purpose of those soiled plates? I stepped into the mud and extended my hands. She held her head, retreating into the corner. This is so fucked up. Such a broken mind. The bitter screams pierced my ears. She couldn't recognize me. and just kept on wailing. I stood up. My clenched fists were shaking. I grabbed his collar. He was one of my relatives. I couldn't remember his name. Nobody said anything. The people from the Saigusa family. I thought I'd been passively approving of my plans, despite ridiculing them from my back. They accepted their fates and didn't oppose the state of things. They were bound to vanish as long as I was there. I hadn't persuaded them to become my allies in my mission for equality of the two families. Yet, why? Why did they put Haruka in such a situation now? Kanata, please stop. The Saigusas have their reasons too. They were suffering from poverty. They needed an outlet for their anger. You fucks, I hate you. Oh my god, I know I'm saying it all over. Oh my god, I'm sorry you see me in this state. I'm very sorry. It's the same as with Haruka Road. I'm so... Oh my god, I cannot handle... Oh my god, I cannot handle this. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I glared at the people from the Futaki family. We weren't lying, we ended it. Haven't we stopped comparing you two? While shouting, I suddenly realized. Silence. The adults neither denied nor affirmed it. There was just silence. We don't have a good reputation. We used to own the land here. That's all there's to it. But we tried to meddle in human relationships called society. We tried to order people around. Therefore the animosity. For example, using the pretext of autonomy fee or cooperation fee to collect money from other households. That was petty money. We didn't need to do that. I had gone around bowing to everyone in the neighborhood. I wanted to change. That girl taught me. That girl who now only recognizes me as an enemy. Despite that, I did not want to forget our promise. Don't worry about me, I will endure. I will try my best. I will keep being the bad child, so... Kanata, you can do it. Onechan, do your best. Even if I was treated with derision, even if I was rejected, even if doors closed on me, even if I was ignored, even so, I appealed to my neighbors. This is not right. It's unjust. I held it in and kept bowing my head. Even a small change is fine. It's fine if we begin to change from small things. No matter what, the adults will die before me. After everything has changed, let's go and meet our parents, that girl and I together. The two of us holding hands. It's like a dream. But time is definitely on my side. After everything is over, I will talk to her. No matter how long it takes. I will keep explaining until she understands. She will forgive me. Or so I thought. You don't have to work so hard in that direction, Kanata. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to change, it's fine. Silence. Still, Kanata, you aren't our representative, right? Not yet. Isn't that so? Not until after a proper marriage. I tried to regain my composure. Even after I got back my tongue, I was still shaking. It's not easy to raise a child. You are not working, so you may not understand. The Saigusas are not a wealthy family. Having said that, Kanata, do you have the ability to support your little sister? It's troublesome if you change things. I don't know what the Saigusas said, but you don't need to change anything. I hate this conversation. I heard this conversation with all my heart and body and soul. This is so... I'm on the verge of explosion. I need to punch something after this. What are you trying to say? Why do you want to change? Aren't you plenty happy the way you are now? We gave you everything you wanted, didn't we? Everyone is praising you, we are proud. You are necessary, and you are needed. It's alright for you to be here. You are not the unneeded child. You are happy, isn't that right? No, I'm not happy. Being under constant observation, forced to do things I don't want to, not getting any rest. But that wasn't why I wasn't happy. I wasn't suffering. That wasn't anything much. When my sister is to suffer such treatment, how can I feel happy? The reason you want to change is your sister, isn't it? You want to save her, don't you? I realized my voice was trembling. If I said the real reason, they would definitely remove this girl. The last thing I wanted was for them to take her somewhere out of my reach. Adults didn't save us. Should I seek help from someone? Should I just run away? That's easy to say. If only help could come that easy. If only it were that simple. I think in the Haruka Road, I also suggested that they should like run away together, right? Or they suggested it. Maybe they suggested in the game. Why are there tens, hundreds of news about children on the newspaper and TV? The people went to laugh at the fact that they couldn't think of running away. The people who took their lives for granted seem so distant to me. Even though there are people suffering close to them. Some might ask, why don't they scream for help when they are neglected and abused? Because some of them cannot even scream. There is immediate way to save your sister now. If you like, we can grant your dream of living together with your parents. This is very suspicious. Our dream was known? That we're searching for our parents? Did they know that too? My sentence trailed off. I realized I was frightened. Stop what you're doing now. Throw away your future now. If you do that, your sister will be released. It was a threat. They were trying to corner me by putting her in such a condition. My foster parents were desperately trying to make me yell. On the surface, I followed my relative's plan, treated that girl badly and tormenting her. Those guys had begun to question it. They needed an excellent doll. That's all they need. It will remain as it is. Your sister, that is. Which would be faster? Your wish is coming true or her breaking? She's not far from breaking point as it is, said the man from the Fudeki family. Yo. Wow. I love Kanata outburst here. Is that what you think? Huh. Could you actually be that man's daughter? I heard your sister not even once complained about her treatment. Did she take after her mother and father who couldn't do anything but run away? Ill? It's a proper revelation. Aren't your parents the worst, leaving you two here and running away? Well, I can't blame them. No one treasures themselves first and foremost, isn't that right? I felt so terrible I wanted to vomit. Kanata, you're the same, aren't you? When we asked if you wanted to take her place, you didn't nod, did you? I hung my head. That was my weakness. That's why I thought I needed to change. I couldn't nod. That was my mistake. I wanted to apologize, yet I couldn't. Since I couldn't do it, I wanted to save that girl. Even though it's a roundabout. Even if I start from small things, someday she will. My thoughts were running in circles, but I couldn't find a way out. What is it you really wish for, Kanata? A gentle voice? It slipped right into the depths of my heart. I looked around me. Everyone's looking down. Nobody responded to me. I was alone, now that I had lost all that girl's smile. There's no help. There's no savior. Because we are not adults. Or possibly because of where we were born. Oh my god, it's all of this. A lot of people have been hurt. I'm just one of them. Even though I struggle by myself, in the end I'm powerless. My wish won't be granted. Do you want to save your sister? That's right, my wish of the longest time. I held my head and looked down. The sound of the drumming rain became even stronger. Certainly not. Ah, that's right. That's alright. Do as you like. Wow. Probably not. When I looked up, I was hit by cold words. That's not allowed. You must not do it. I bit down my lips. You won't even let us hold hands. This is what I mean to throw away my future. I realize that. But I can save Haruka. That's fine, isn't it? If I sacrifice myself, Haruka won't have to try so hard anymore. How Haruka sacrificed herself in the beginning. Now Kanata sacrificing herself for Haruka. This is... There's time, there's still time. But if Haruka breaks down, all will be lost. I saw that as light at the end of the tunnel. My uncles were trying to impress upon me that Haruka would be saved. Would be saved if I continued down this path. So why stop now? That seems like extremely good idea. I was tired. Her smile had been cruelly taken away. No, I was the one who took it. Where had it gone? All of that would be pointless if she could get it back. My precious Haruka. My important Haruka. My little sister. I answered. I should have done this from the very good beginning. I should have just become a doll from the start. I wanted to be a good sister. Just all we have is us two sisters. Our childhood was full of horrible memories. But there were fun times as well. For that girl's smile, I put in so much effort. I work hard all this time. My sister can become happy by me giving up. That is fine too. That alone is enough. Wow. And that's what's happening actually. This is not the definition of a good sister. Working hard in order to save one's sister is not a good sister. That time, I really should have said, I will take her place. If I did that, her suffering would have ended. If I wasn't there, no doubt, she would be all the happier. Instead of acting like a fool, I should have just killed myself. No, my heart. It was simple. I'm only saying what I couldn't say back then. Just that. Alright, you are a good, understanding girl. That saved us a lot of trouble. Let's make a promise. We'll raise your sister. However, it's only if you keep your end of the bargain. Until you graduate, keep your contact with her as it is now. I'm already a doll who can only nod. I remembered. No matter how many times it was, the events of that day kept coming back. That unreasonable day, the day I gave up everything. The end of those drowned out days. I no longer knew what I wanted to do or what I wished for. Maybe I was hoping for someone to save me. Since I was the evil witch, for the sake of my sister becoming the tragic princess, I may have wanted to stop. All of this was just... I opened my eyes. A white ceiling. Aki-san? No, a voice. Wow. Wow. I think I will leave talk with Ricky for the next episode actually. This episode was an episode where we learned what was the turning point for Kanata when she decided to become a doll in order to save Haruka. Oh my god. What she will say to Ricky? Will Ricky be able to help them? Also, isn't this... I just realized, isn't that one of the endings you could get in the Haruka Road? We also had Futaki, right? In the hospital back then. I don't remember correctly from Haruka, but... sorry, my mind is just empty right now. So, yeah. I'll just end the episode, so thank you for being with me, thank you for watching this episode. This story is amazing. I genuinely think that Haruka and Kanata roads may be actually the best roads. I don't know, I have a feeling like that. This is just so much to take in. I don't know why it feels so heavy for me, but it really does. Let me know in the comments what you think. And I will see you in the next episodes. Thank you for being with me, thank you for your support. And for the Pocket Watch, it's going out.